Yeah, I got to get ahead of it, man. Had to get ahead of it. Yeah, boy. It's your boy, the Stock Sniper, man. Yeah, I'm out here, man. Back doing it again, 6 miles. Now we on the walk down. Yeah, now we on the walk down, man. One thing, I'm gonna get straight to it. One thing I learned, right? The silence, right? Silence is golden. Just being silent, no matter what's going on. Just being silent, keep on pushing, keep on doing what you do, and just keep living life. Just keep living life. Silence is golden. My grandpa told me that, and my daddy told me that when I was a little bitty boy. Silence, and just keep working. Don't worry about what this person say. Don't worry about what that person say. Stop being so emotional. That's what my grandfather told me. Cambo, say what's going on. Cambo, time no see. Silence is golden. That's what my daddy and my grandpa told me, man. You don't owe, my grandpa told me this one time. Only people that you owe an explanation to is the person that made you and the people that you made. In other words, only people you need to explain something to is your upline and your downline. And if they not around, you don't owe nobody nothing but your kids and your grandkids. That's all. The only people that you owe anything to, that you know owe any explanation to. Silence is golden. Yeah, it is. Silence is golden, right? Silence is golden. See, we gotta stop being so emotional, bro. Emotion. Want to be heard, want to be seen. Man, that don't even matter. Only thing that matters is what your kids and grandkids think about you. That's the only thing that matters, is what your kids and what your grandkids think about you. That's all that matters, man. That's the only thing, only people that I owe anything to. I don't owe nobody nothing but my kids and my grandkids. That's it. That's all. And once you adapt that type of mindset, what your homeboy think ain't gonna matter. What your coworker think ain't gonna matter. What your cousin think ain't gonna matter. What your cousin say ain't gonna matter. Right? How you get above emotion? You gotta change your think within your mind, bro. I don't care about what nobody say, bro. I don't owe nothing. I don't owe nobody anything but my kids and my grandkids and my mama and my daddy. No, I'm the only people I owe something to. I don't owe nothing to my cousin. I don't owe nothing to my nephew. I don't owe nothing to my best friend. I don't owe nothing to my football coach. I don't owe nothing to my MMA coach. I don't owe nothing to nobody but the people I bring into this world. Yeah, silence is golden, bro. That's all you gotta do. Stay silent. Get out your emotions and your feelings and take care of what matters. Take care of what matters in life. Yeah, and what my cousin think about me don't matter. What my friend think about me, it absolutely don't matter. I don't have nothing to prove to you. Guess what? Keep on talking. Keep on running your mouth. And I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. I use that principle throughout my whole life, bro. A lot of people was talking. Let me see this. When you gonna do this? When you gonna do that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you day trading? And all these other type of things. Guess what I did? I kept on paying attention to what I was doing, bro. I kept on paying attention to what I was doing. Long as my kids and my grandkids ain't questioning it, I can give two fucks with what somebody else gotta say. I don't gotta show you nothing, bro. Oh, ma'am, I ain't gotta show you nothing. I ain't gotta tell you nothing. I ain't gotta do nothing for you at all. Only people that I'm worried about are my kids and my grandkids. See, that's what a lot of y'all, man, y'all are too emotional, bro. A lot of people in this world is too emotional. They quick to get in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? They want to be better than somebody else. They don't want nobody to be better than them. Man, look, some of the best skills I learned. I learned from somebody that was less than me, bro. I learned from somebody, I ain't even say less than me, somebody that had less than what I supposedly had, right? I tell a story on here all the time. My homeboy did 20 years flat. My OG did 25 years flat, man. A straight killer came to me and said, you know you're not supposed to be smoking the Black and Miles, right, little? I could have said, man, look, looking at what he done been through, bro, I drive trucks, I do this, man, you can't tell me nothing. Now, cause why? I wasn't in my feelings and I wasn't too emotional. I'm quick to learn, right? And he taught me a lesson about Black and Miles right then on that damn block. And guess what happened? I never touched the Black and Miles since. How I learned how to drive trucks, right? I learned a junkie taught me how to drive trucks. A junkie that needed a fix taught me how to drive trucks, right? I didn't look at, man, I didn't say, well, this dude is a junkie. Look how he look. Look at this. I didn't sit here and try to analyze him. I looked at the bigger picture. I looked at what he was doing. How can he add value to me? That's all I cared about, bro. See, a lot of times, man, all you got to worry about is what can you learn from this person? What can you get out of this encounter? What can you get out of this? And guess what? Yes, he needed his fix and all this is that and that there. But guess what? He taught me how to drive a truck. He taught me how to drive an 18-wheeler. That's how I got into the trucking game, bro. I didn't go to no trucking school to learn. I didn't go to truck driving school to learn how to drive no trucks. I learned from a junkie, and that was school to me. See, you don't have to go to a physical school to learn anything, bro. Even though it's good, but you can learn some of the best things just by the average person on the street. That's why I never try to analyze somebody else, bro. What somebody else got going on, what somebody else doing. If I can learn from, in other words, we call it back in the days, peeping somebody else's pockets. I'm not worrying about what's going on in your pockets, man. I'm not worrying about what you got going on, right? Because I'm too busy worrying about what I got going on. And what you think about what I got going on, it don't even matter. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your energy trying to get a response. Silence is golden. Just be quiet. If somebody talking about you, bro, get out of your emotions and just ignore them. You know what I'm saying? That is one of the best qualities of a man, bro. Get out of a man is not really that emotional, bro. I don't care what you say about me, bro. I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. That's it. I don't care. You want me to turn the screen around? I'm not doing it. I do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. I do what I want to do, how I want to do it, and when I want to do it. And guess what? I don't care what nobody say. As long as it ain't my kids and my grandkids, I don't care what nobody say. And that is the mindset to have. That's what my grandfather and my daddy taught me a long, long time ago. Son, I don't care about what nobody say. I care about what you say, though. That's what my grandpa and my dad used to tell me. I care about what you say. I care about what you do. I care about what you think about me. Ain't nothing else matters. Silence is golden. Nothing else matters, bro. Only thing that matters is what my kids and what my grandkids think about me. That's it. And if 90% of fathers, grandfathers would have that type of mindset, guess what, guys? You won't have gals and girls or whatever, guys and girls, you won't have time to think about what Joe Blow think about you, bro. Joe Blow has no authority over your life. Once you start letting other men and women that is not your kids or your mama and daddy try to call you out and analyze you, that's when you give them the power, bro. I would never give a man or a woman no power over me, not even my wife. Never give them the power over me. Only people that I move and jump for is my kids and my grandkids. That's it. And my mama. That's it. Anything, the person that brought me into this, the people that brought me into this world, and the people that I brought into the world. That's all I care about, bro. I don't care about nothing else. That's nothing. Nothing. And that's the good mindset to have. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. Yeah, it is. Silence is golden. Somebody got to realize that. Y'all got to realize that. Silence is golden. You don't owe nobody no explanation, nothing. Ignore the noise. Ignore it. And keep on building for you and your family, your kids and your grandkids. That's it. I can't be worried about what somebody else got going on. I can't be worried about what somebody else doing. If I'd have been, as an example, that junkie that taught me how to drive trucks, if I was worried about if he was getting his next fix, or if I was worried about is he smoking right now, if I was worried about that, I would have never got the real information, which was driving trucks basically for free. Taught me how to drive a truck basically for free. If I was worried about my homeboy that did 20 years flat, you know what I'm saying, for a violent crime, I had to worry about, well, man, I wonder who he gonna attack this time, worrying about what he got going on. I would have never missed the jewel he was giving me about smoking Black and Miles all day, every single day. I wouldn't have never quit smoking Black and Miles, which I wouldn't be as healthy as I am today. Why? Because I'd have been smoking Black and Miles every single day and not being able to come out here and put the work in, run 6 miles a day and walk another 2 or 3 and give out the information that I'm giving. My daddy and my grandpa taught me, worry about yourself, son. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about that so-and-so ain't got to come in the house before dark. Don't worry about that so-and-so don't have to cut the grass. Don't worry about so-and-so don't have to rake up the leaves. I learned these early principles early in life. When I'm outside raking leaves and my friends across the street playing basketball and football and making fun of me because I'm raking leaves all day. Guess what though? I was raised. Don't worry about them. You're gonna see how they gonna turn out later in life, son. Only thing that matters is what I tell you. That's the only thing that matters. That's how I was raised, bro. I wasn't raised to be worrying about nobody else, man. I wasn't raised to be worrying about what Joe Blow doing around the corner. Nah, I got raised. My daddy and my grandpa told me, if you worrying about what they doing, guess what? This. In other words, I get punished for worrying about what another person got going on. Silence is golden. Keep your mouth closed and get to it. Keep your mouth closed and get to it. That's the message of today. Silence is golden, bro. Silence is golden. Practice being silent. Not worrying about the next household. Not worrying about what's going on around the block. Not worrying about what's going on in the next town. Not worrying about what's going on with your best friend. Only thing that matters is what's inside your household. That's it. That's the only thing that matters, bro, is what's going on in your household and what's going on with your downline and your upline. That's the only thing that matters. What's going on with your downline and what's going on with your upline. That's it. That's the only thing that matters, bro. Make sure your upline is straight and make sure your downline is straight and make sure your downline respect you. That's the only thing that matters. That's it. Anything else is irrelevant. Irrelevant. Is irrelevant. I hope this message helps somebody out, bro. Too many people are emotional. Too many people let other people get up under their skin. That it could be your friend, your cousin, or whatever. Man, only thing that matters, bro, is your kids. If people would have, man, most of these people don't even care about what their kids think, bro. They care more about what somebody think that ain't even inside their household. They care more about what somebody think that they don't even know. They care about whatever the case may be, worrying about what their own kids and grandkids think about them. Yeah, I'm going in. I don't give a damn what now person think about me. Only my kids and my grandkids. That's it. That's all I care about, bro. And my mama and my daddy. But my main focus is on my kids and my grandkids. I care about what they think about me. And I tell them, tell me, what if you think I'm moving wrong, tell me, and we'll talk about it. I don't care about what Joe Blow say, bro. I don't care about what my cousins say. I don't care about what my nephew say. I don't care about what my uncle say. I don't give a damn what they say. It's far from my mind, bro. They can say whatever they want to say. But guess what? I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to put the work in. Just like I make decisions, right? And people don't understand the moves that you make or the decisions that you make. Guess what? I didn't care. Just keep watching the film. That's all you got to keep doing. Just keep watching. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. Yeah, I hear the talk. I hear the noise. I hear this. Keep on saying this. Keep on saying that. But guess what? I'm going to keep on putting the work in, man. And while you steady talking and gossiping and worrying about somebody else and talking about Joe Blow and talking about Pookie and Ray Ray, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to still be putting the work in. I'm still going to be earning, spending less, and making proper investments. And I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to act like I didn't even hear it. Why? Because I'm too busy worrying about what I got going on. I'm too busy worrying about what my grandkids need and what my grandkids want. I'm too busy worrying about that. I'm too busy worrying about that. I'm too busy trying to please my mama that's 70-something years old. I'm too busy trying to please my daddy that's 75 years old. I'm too busy trying to please them, bro. I'm not worrying about nobody else. I'm not worrying about nobody else. I don't owe nobody nothing, right? And I'm not in my feelings. I worry about what I got going on. See, too much time, bro. If we would keep it on that, man, you'll be retired at 50 years old like me. Yeah, you will. You'll be retired at 50 years old like me. If you're worrying about what Joe Blow say and worrying about what Tom says and worrying about what the Pookie and the Ray Rays think and worrying about what cousin Betty wants you to show them and worrying about what your nephew wants you to do, guess what? Man, if you're worrying about that, you're going to miss the ball every time. You're going to miss it. You're going to miss the ball every time. So ignore all that. In other words, silence. You hear it, but don't say nothing. Keep on doing what you do. Keep on doing what you do. Keep on doing what you do, and guess what? They're going to keep on talking. They're going to keep on doing this, that, and the third, and guess what? They're going to be in the same position they was in 25 years ago. Same position the same position they was in 25 years ago. And then they're going to be like, time going to pass, they're going to be like, God dang, I'm worrying about this, I'm worrying about that, and I'm worrying about that, and look at all this time that done passed. Look at all this time that done passed, and I've been bullshitting, and time is passing, and people are building, and people are earning, people are spending less, and people are making them proper investments, not just for them, but their kids and their grandkids. People are jumping up and moving. You know what I'm saying? People are jumping and finally getting out of the projects for the first time, leaving you behind. But then guess what? They got something to say about that too. See that crab in the barrel mentality, bro? That crab in the barrel mentality, we got to watch out for that, man. Because guess what? You can make something of yourself and say, you know what? I'm getting out of this circle. I'm getting out of this circumstance, and I'm moving on up like George and Weasley into a whole nother zip code to be around different type of people. They'll talk about that. Oh, he all this. He think he all that. He too good to come to the hood. He too good to sit with us on MLK. I don't want to sit on MLK on that bucket and on that crate, bro. I don't want to sit on MLK on that crate. I'm sorry. I did that way in 1980 something. I don't want to come sit on that crate with you, bro. Hell no. Not because you want me to. If I want to sit on that crate, it's because I want to come do it. It ain't gonna be because you think I should come kick it with you on that crate. Hell no. I got other things to do, bro. I got other things to worry about. I do the things. I don't have time for that. It is not 1990. It's not. It's not that. It's 2025. About to be 2026. That's what it is. It is not 1990, bro. Once you realize that what somebody else think don't matter, you be in a whole different position in your life. You be in a whole different position in your life. You'll think differently. You'll think differently. You won't do things because somebody else wants you to do it. I'm not no follower, bro. I'm a leader. I've been like that all my life. I'm a leader. I've been a leader all my life. Practice. Silence is golden. Practice being silent. So what if they talking about you? Just keep doing what you do. Stop being emotional. It's 2020, man. There's a lot of things going on in the world that can affect the kids and the grandkids. That's where my mind is at. Just like my grandpa and my daddy, mine was on 2000 when I was a kid. My grandpa and my daddy and my mama, they wasn't worrying about what Joe Blow say about them on the corner. They was worrying about doing something because they was thinking about their kids and grandkids. See, once you think about that, once you make your kids and your grandkids, bro, ma'am, the main priority, trust me, you won't be worried about nothing else. Long as you worry about your kids, your grandkids, your downline, guess what? You ain't gonna have time to be worried about nobody else, bro. Because if you got kids and you got grandkids and you too busy worrying about somebody else, guess what's happening? Somebody is somebody could probably take the place of you of being a father or your mama to your kids and your grandkids. Hello, it's 2025. If you're a father, if you're a mom, you have no room for something else to throw you off your distractions. If it's not in the beneficiary, if it does not benefit your kids and your grandkids or your mama and your daddy. So practice. Silence is golden. If somebody talk about me, guess what? I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? People talk about people every single day. They gonna talk about you if you up. They gonna talk about you if you down. They gonna talk about you if you got it all. They gonna talk about you if you lose it all. They gonna talk about you if you out here running 6 miles a day. They gonna talk about you if you not running 6 miles a day. They gonna talk about you if you on this couch smoking cigarettes all day long. They gonna talk about you if you throw the cigarettes away and stop smoking. They gonna talk about you if you drink every single day. They gonna talk about you if you stop drinking. They gonna talk about you if you go to the club every night. They gonna talk about you if you stop going to the club. Come on. That's what people that ain't got nothing in life or ain't got no real goals or got issues. That's what they do, bro. And yes, you can have a good job. You could be a doctor. You could be a lawyer. You could be all this, that, and the third, and still not have a life. Yes, I said it. You can have all the investments in the world. You can be the best truck driver. You can have 20 trucks. You can have all the Popeyes franchises. You can be the president of the United States. And you can still be a moron. You can still be half-assed dumb. You can still be a lame. I said it. We see it all the time. People that got it all. Emotionally in a wreck. Yes. So it doesn't matter what's in your pocket, bro. It matters about your kids and your grandkids and what you're doing for your downline. That's what matters. That's what matters. That's what matters. Yeah, this one is not about reading the comment section. I appreciate y'all for joining me. I'm your host, the one and only Stock Sniper. But silence is golden. This message is for the world. Silence is golden. Don't let nobody throw you off your pivot. Nobody. Nobody. Unless it's your downline. Now that's the only people that can, rock me. It's my kids and my grandkids. That's it. Tell me what you think about me. Tell me. And guess what? I'm obligated to listen, and I'm obligated to make the changes if it makes sense, if it's the right thing. That's the only thing I care about, bro. And that's how my mama is. That's how my daddy is. That's how my grandpa was. That's how my grandma was. If I do something that you don't like, son, don't hesitate to tell me. I care about what you think about me, but I don't care about what the pastor think about me. I don't care about what the choir think about me. I don't care about what Pam and Jim think about me. I care about what you think about me, son. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. Where you headed to? I'm headed to the top. That's where I'm headed. Now I'm exercising, bro. I'm exercising. I'm exercising. That's what I'm doing. Health and fitness. That's what I'm doing right now. And this message is for the world. Stop letting somebody else get up under your skin. Stop letting, I don't care who it is, long as it ain't your kids and grandkids, ignore them. Ignore them. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody at all. You got to prove it to yourself and to your kids and grandkids. So many people want to make everybody else think they got it going on. It's emotions. You got to learn how to empty out the negativity, empty out the emotions that don't matter. You got to learn how to do that. And it starts with changing your mind. It starts with changing your circle. It starts with not being around the crab in the barrel mentality type people. That's where it starts at, bro. Because guess what? What they say, it does not matter. It don't. It don't matter. And if they worried about you and trying to analyze you, then they flawed. Then they flawed. Then they dropping the ball somewhere where they need to pick the ball up at. I'm not worried about nobody else, bro. I'm worried about my kids and my grandkids. That's it. That's all I'm worried about. Is that. If it ain't that, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I ain't got time to be kiki and hi-hi with Joe Blow and Pookie and Ray Ray. I ain't got time for it, bro. I ain't got time for it. When I see Joe Blow and Pookie and Ray Ray, you know what I do? I look, I laugh, and I keep it pushing. I laugh a little bit, and I keep it pushing. I might say a little something, you know what I'm saying, to throw a little nugget. Dang, bro, you still on this block? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's more to life than being on this block. It's more to life than smoking cigarettes every day. It's more to life than drinking alcohol every day. Come on, man. You've been doing that for 30 years, bro. And I keep it pushing. And I keep it going. I give them some words of encouragement. You can do better. And I'm gone. And then as I leave, he think he all that. Yeah, he ain't been the same ever since he left this block. Guess what? I don't care. I care about what my kids and my grandkids say. If I sit there and stay on that block with y'all, guess what? I won't be able to spend the time and be able to do the things that I need to do for my downline or my upline. I don't care what nobody think. Silence is golden. Yeah, it is. Silence is golden. Stay in your own lane and mind your own business. That's the message of today. 30 minutes in, we rocking and rolling. We still got to get all the way around. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I am your host, the one and only Stock Sniper, with a message today. Silence is golden, bro. Silence is golden. And when you practice that method of silence is golden, that means you don't care about what nobody say. Guess what? Eventually they'll quit talking, or you won't hear the talk. Why? Because you'll be too far removed from what the hell going on. That's why it's very important. That's why when they say you gotta watch your circle, you gotta pay attention to your circle. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to your circle, bro. Sometimes you'll be stuck in that circle, and for some reason you'll be emotionally attached to that circle. Until you realize and grow up and change with the renewing of your mind, you're gonna steadily be in that same circle. You're gonna steadily be worrying about what Joe Blow think about you. You'll still be worrying about what Tom think about you. You still be worrying about what Pookie and Ray Ray think about you. Until you do what? Change your mind with the renewing of the mind and move on. And move on. I don't care about what they say, bro. And I'm not gonna even say anything. I ain't gonna even say anything. I'm gonna keep on going. When I made the decision to move my kids in a totally different zip code, man, everybody and their mama was talking about me, about the move that I made to put my kids in a better situation. Did I say anything? Did I let them affect me? No, I did not. I kept it pushing, and I left. And I put my kids in the proper position where they can win. Where they can win. Yes, it was bumps and bruises, but guess what? They're successful. They're on the path to success. They're on the path to do things I ain't never done. Because I made a decision, not worried about what Pookie and Ray Ray say, not worried about what cousin Adam has to say, or cousin Keith, or my best friend, or my uncle, or my nephew. I ain't have to worry about that. I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about my kids at that particular time. I was worried about my kids. That's all I was worried about. Putting them in a better position. Putting them around certain type of people. Putting them around certain type of teachers so they can be the best that they can be. That's all I was worried about. I didn't care about what nobody thought about me, bro. I didn't care about what nobody said. And I didn't even respond. I just kept it going. I just kept it pushing. Yeah, they gonna make a move. They want the crab in the barrel mentality is real. It's real. They'll talk about you, 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 talk about you. Why? Because they want you to stay right there. They want you to stay right there, right along with them in that same bullshit ass, ain't gonna never have nothing circle. And you'll look up, and you'll look up. It ain't funny though, but you'll look up, and they'll still be right there doing what? All they gonna do is find somebody else. All they gonna do is find somebody else to gossip and talk about, bro. That's all they gonna do. Somebody else is gonna come and take your place. And what you do, you sit back and watch from a distance. In other words, you have a bird's eye view and just look and shake your head and use them as a case study and tell your kids and tell your grandkids, see? You see why I made the moves that I made? You didn't like that I did that, but this is the reason why I did that, son. This the reason why I did that, daughter. This the reason why I did that, grandson, granddaughter. That's the reason why. You didn't understand it then, but you understand it now. And guess what? Somebody else, there's gonna be another crab that gets stuck in that bucket. It's really simple to see, guys. It's really simple to see. It really is. It'll keep you stuck in that same position. Trust me. It'll keep you, and that goes with anything in life. Not in the hood. It goes in the hood. It goes in your family and your city. It even goes on the internet. Same thing. It's the same situation. But soon as you break and change your mind and say, you know what, I gotta grow up and realize that's childish. That's childish. Once you realize that and you take yourself out of the bucket and then it's just gonna take a little bit, then you won't hear them no more. Because all that does is bring more hatred, bring more mental health issues on you. And guess what? When you do that, it trickles down to your kids and grandkids, bro. It trickles down to your relationship. You'll be wondering why you're getting into it with your wife or your husband or your kids and your grandkids or whatever the case may be. That's why. That's why. So silence is golden. Just, if it don't apply, let it fly. Guess what? If it ain't positive, keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. And guess what'll happen? You'll start seeing less and less negativity in your life. You start seeing less and less. My goal is to empty out the negativity. That's my goal. That's my goal, to empty out the negativity. That's all. Once you empty out the negativity, guys and girls, guess what? It betters your mental health. I need as less negativity in my life as possible. I need it as less as possible. And it starts with changing your surroundings. It starts with changing the circle. You might have to cut off your own mama and daddy. You might have to. Because guess what? Your mental health, your kids' mental health, your grandkids' mental health, your mental stability, your emotional stability, your health and your wealth, etc., etc., etc. Depends on it, bro. Depends on it. You gotta show strength through silence, which is very, very hard to do in 2025. But it starts with the renewing of your mind, understanding. Start being unattracted to that shit, because that's all it is. Attraction to mess, attraction to gossip, attraction to, yes, etc., 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 etc. Those things are an attraction, which is a mental health problem. But guess what? All you got to do, once you realize it, you got to change your circle. You got to stop hanging around some people. You know what I'm saying? You might have to move out of the neighborhood. You might have to move out of the area like I did. And you'll see the growth and development in your kids and your grandkids. You'll see the growth and development in your kids and grandkids. You'll see the respect from your kids and your grandkids. That's why silence is golden. Silence is golden. You gotta put in the work. Show strength through the work. Show strength through the work. And guess what? And if they ain't paying attention, that means they caught up. They caught up right along with the naysayers. What's that, Stock Sniper? Not a good attention span. Most people can't even talk, have a conversation for 5 minutes, let alone watch success over a year period of time, bro. In other words, watch the film. Most people can't do that in 2025. And then they pay attention to the wrong things. They pay attention to the wrong thing. They pay attention to the pockets, but they don't pay attention to the movement and the motion. They pay attention to things that don't matter to them, that shouldn't matter. Just like when I learned how to drive trucks from that junkie, I didn't give a damn that he was a junkie. I didn't give a damn, bro. All I cared about was he was teaching me how to drive a truck. My OG that did 25 years for a violent offense that told me, hey little bro, you know that you smoking too many of them Black and Milds, you know what they do to you, right? A lot of y'all know that story. You know what they do to you, right? You know it's cardboard inside of that Black and Mild, right? No, ain't no, I told him, ain't no cardboard inside the Black and Mild. He said, give me one, I'ma show you. He broke it up and then he showed me. And then he said, I bet you can't run around that block. That's what my OG say. I bet you can't run around this block. I say, man, I can run around the block knowing I ain't been running. I've been smoking Black and Milds and sitting on that crate on MLK that I talk about all the time. I was about 20-something years old. My OG got out of prison. He did 25 years. I was around 25 and he was right around my age, around 50. Right now, he's in his 70s and still living and kicking. But guess what? That day when I couldn't run around that block and my chest started pounding, guess what I did? I threw them Black and Milds down and I started putting the work in. I started exercising. I started running. I started working on my health, my mental and physical health. So you can learn. So if I would have thought, if I'd have been trying to watch the wrong thing, as my grandpa used to say, if I was watching the wrong film, I probably would still be smoking Milds right now. Ain't no telling what could have happened. I could have some kind of lung problems or cancer or anything. But no, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even give a damn that he was a violent offender and he just did 25 years, that he was a criminal. I didn't care. He was giving me good game about smoking. And I put those Black and Milds down right then and there that day when I couldn't run around the block. Because this is what he said. When I couldn't run around that block and my chest was pounding, guess what he say? Now look, little bro, what if you got to, what if you have to protect your mama? What if you have to protect your daddy? What if you have to protect your grandma and grandpa? Grandma was alive at that time. What if you had to protect them? You wouldn't even be able to do it, little bro, because you can't even run around a block. Come on, man, you got to be better than that. That's what he told me, and guess what? Ever since that day, I've been putting the work in. I've been putting the work in. I wasn't trying to analyze him. He was giving me good game and knowledge that did help me for 25 years. And I've been doing this for 25 summers. Silence is golden. I didn't run my lip back. I shut my mouth and I listened to what he had to say. And guess what? He was right. Because at that particular time, I could not even run around the block, bro. So what if somebody would attack my grandma who was old at the time? I wouldn't be able to defend my grandma. Why, Stock Sniper? Because after about 5 minutes, I'd have been out of there. That's why silence is golden. You got to stay ready, keep from getting ready. So yeah, that dude, he just did 25 years flat. Straight up killer, straight up criminal. Told me, sat me down. You know them Black and Mild, little bro. You know that this, that, and the third. I didn't say nothing. Show me. He showed me. I bet you can't run around the block. Oh, I can. And he proved that I couldn't. And it was the Black and Milds. And I threw it down. 2 very crucial times in my life. The junkie truck driver that taught me how to drive a truck, and my partner who probably really, my OG, that possibly saved my life. Because those Black and Milds, them cigarettes are bad, bro. They bad. Yes, he possibly saved my life. So I didn't analyze their pockets. I didn't analyze them. All I knew was they was giving me good information. That's all I cared about. Why? Because my grandma and my grandpa, my mama and daddy taught me about respect. Taught me about When somebody tell you something that's right, no matter who it come from, you gotta listen. If it makes sense, you apply it to your life. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. I don't care who it is, bro. Right now, to this day, somebody homeless can tell me something, give me some good game. I ain't gonna say, well, he's homeless. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna listen to what he gotta say, because he got a story to tell. And if it makes sense, I'm gonna listen. Straight up. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use it as a case study for my kids and my grandkids. That's what I did. Whenever my daughter was tripping, guess what I did? I took her right down to the downtown Houston. I took her right down to the tent city. And guess what I did? I paid one of them homeless people to talk to her. I found the right one that can give her a conversation. You think you this, you think you that? Okay, let's go where they at. Let's take your clothes, or what I told her. Let's take your clothes and let's go. She thought I was putting her out. But I was giving her a life lesson. My other daughter, one of my good friends, one of my good jiu-jitsu training partners, was an HPD sergeant. Shout out to the Houston Police Department. He was an HPD sergeant. My daughter was tripping. I say, okay, you want a trip? I got something for you. I called my homeboy, that's an HPD police officer, and I told him, come act like you taking her to jail. That's what I did to my daughter, bro. Come act like you taking her to jail. Come put her in handcuffs. She act like she don't want to listen. Okay, I call somebody. Oh, you don't want to listen to your daddy? Put your hands behind your back. He come in the door. Her eyes got big as can be. Guess what? He put the handcuffs on her and put her in the car. It's called Scared Straight. And she cried like a baby. I say, go on, take her, man. And he acted like he was really gonna drive off with her. He gonna take her, man. She don't want to listen. Take her ass to jail. That's what I told my good friend. That's a police officer. And she started crying like a baby. And guess what? I didn't have to worry about that no more. Guess what she did? She changed that incident right now, right then. It changed her mind, what I'm talking about right now. And all it takes is one thing to change your mind. Once you change your mind and the renewal of the mind, that's all it takes, bro. And that's what she did. Now, guess where they're at now? One is going to, my youngest daughter got accepted to the University of Texas, hook 'em horns, that I talk about all the time. My other two daughters are nurses. One is a neo nurse and the other one is an LVN nurse. All of them nurses. All of them going to school for nursing. Why? Because my mama was a nurse. My grandma was a nurse. My aunties were all nurses. In other words, every woman in my family is a person of service, a person of working in the hospitals, are all nurses. That's why I come on here and give what I've learned in my 50 years. That's why I tell it on this internet, because I come from a whole line of service people, bro. Did I mention my daddy, military, Vietnam veteran, my grandpa, World War I veteran, my uncle, war veteran, my cousins, war veterans. I come from a family, a bloodline of helping and serving others, bro. They taught me at an early age, whatever you learn, you teach. Whatever you learn, you share. Whatever you go through in life, you share. And guess what? I like that more than ever. I like that more than ever. That's why I come on here every single day. I ain't got to do this, bro. I ain't got to come on here and do this. I'm retired. But silence is golden. That's how. I shut my mouth and I put the work in. I put the work in. And if I ain't got nothing to do, guess what I'm doing? I'm teaching others. I'm teaching my grandkids. I'm helping other people. I want to see other people succeed too. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I don't do nothing else. I do it in real life, and now I'm doing it on the internet. And that's all I care about, bro. I don't care about what nobody think about me. I don't care about the negative things that people say about how I'm making my videos or whatever. I don't care. I'm too busy trying to help people, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm too busy trying to help people. I'm too busy trying to teach my grandkids that are watching right now. I'm too busy worrying about that. So once you have that type of mind, and once you think like that, and you have the energy of that, guess what? You are not going to be worried about what somebody else got to say. I got my grandkids I got to worry about. I got my exercising I got to worry about. By the time I get done with all this, I'm too tired. I'm too tired to be going back and forth with somebody, bro. I'm too tired to be worrying about what somebody else got going on. I'm too tired to be worrying about what Pookie and Ray Ray saying about me across the street or next door or in the next city or whatever the case may be. I'm too tired. I'm too tired to think about what my coworker said about me on the job. I'm too tired to worry about what this girl said about me. I'm too tired, bro, because I gotta rejuvenate for the next day. I'm worrying about tomorrow when I wake up. I'm worrying about that. I'm worrying about putting things in place for my grandkids and my great grandkids. That's what I'm worried about, bro. And when you're worrying about things like that, it's easy for silence to be golden. It's easy, bro. Only time I'm not silent is when I'm trying to teach and when I'm trying to share with people that what I have learned. That's the only time I ain't silent. Or if I'm watching a football game, or if I'm entertained by sports. That's the only time I ain't running my mouth. Otherwise, I ain't got time for it, bro. Silence is golden. Somebody need to hear this. Somebody need to practice. Silence is golden. Yes, if you always worried about what Joe Blow think, and I'm here to tell you, it don't matter, bro or sis. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter. Only matter, worry about what your kids think about you. Ask your kids what they think about that. If somebody's talking about you, ask your kid. Take the focus off what they think about you and ask your kid what they think about it. And they'll tell you, and focus on that. Focus on that. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. That's my message for today. For right now, silence is golden. Silence is golden. Keep pushing. Keep doing what you do. If it's a positive thing, if you taking care of your kids and your family, your grandkids, don't worry about what they say, bro. If you taking care of your mama, your daddy, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what nobody else say. And if they do talk about whatever you got going on, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing. Why, Stock Sniper? Because that is bad for your mental health. That's bad energy that you're putting into your life. And guess what? Whoever you helping in real life, they don't deserve that, bro. Whoever you helping in real life, and you getting negative energy from somewhere else, whoever you taking care of in real life don't deserve that energy going on to them. If you're taking care of your kids and your grandkids, they don't deserve it. If you're taking care of your mama, your daddy, an elderly person, your older grandma, or whatever the case may be, they don't deserve that. They don't deserve that negative energy in their circle. And what happens when you get negative energy for somebody else, you take it out on other people. You take it out on other people. That's what happens, guys. Take it from the old. No, they say I'm not an OG. Take it from the unk. Take it from the unk. They say I'm not an OG until I turn 55. I got 5 years left. Then I'm an OG. 5 can't come here quick enough. I'm ready to be called an OG. I'm ready to get out of unk status. Yeah. I'm ready to get out of the unk status. I'm ready to go to OG status. But they say I can't be an OG till I turn 55. And I can't wait till it get here. That's 5 years from now. Long as God keep waking me up, and I keep coming out here putting in the work and keep on helping other people, guess what? 5 years gonna come by just like that. And I can't wait. Yes, I said it. I can't wait. Getting older is a blessing. So that's another thing, guys. Silence is golden and listen to your mature elders. One thing I hate, bro, is a childish 40-year-old, bro. That's some of the lamest things I ever seen in my life. A childish 40-year-old, a childish 30-year-old, a childish 50-year-old. Man, stay away from them childish old ass niggas. Yeah, I said it. Stay away from them. Use them as a case study to teach to your kids. Because if you don't, and you let one of them childish old ONs come into your kid's life, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna ruin them. That's why you gotta pay attention to who you got in your circle. You gotta pay attention to who your kids, what your kids are listening to on this internet. Cause it'll ruin them. It's a lot of 30 and 40 and 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds are ruined right now. I'm gonna say that again. It's a lot of 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-olds that are ruined right now. I could jump in my car right now and go over there to MLK that I talk about all the time. You got some 70-year-olds that's sitting on the crate, smoking Black and Miles and drinking the beer. You got some 60-year-olds that's sitting on the crate, begging for a quarter, begging for $1. Or right or wrong, you got 20-year-olds. You got 20-year-olds doing that shit now. You could go to any one of your local community stores and you'll see a YN begging on the corner. That's why you got to pay attention to what you let your kids and grandkids listen to and see, and who you let in your presence. In other words, you got to guard your kids and your grandkids with everything you got. And with that being said, you ain't got time to be worrying about what somebody think about you, bro. Then you be worried why your kids is doing things that you don't want them to do, or they turn out acting like somebody else. It's because you too busy worried about what Joe Blow think, and you ain't worried about what your kids thought way back 10, 15 years ago. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm going in. Yeah, I'm going in. Yes, I'm going in. Yeah, I'm going in. Listen to the unk, bro. Or sis, listen to the unk. Think about it and let it sink in. Sometimes you got to change your circle. You got to change who you communicate with. Sometimes you got to delete some people out your phone. Sometimes you even got to delete some people off your Facebook, of Instagram, YouTube. Sometimes you got to unsubscribe, bro, to some people. If all they are about is mess, gossip, negativity, having all these negative tendencies, these emotional tendencies, man, just unsubscribe. Delete their phone number. Stop going to their house. Stop hanging with them. Because it is hereditary. Take it from the This stuff, what I'm talking about, it is hereditary, bro. It's so many people acting like that. If you got kids, young kids, you got to guard your kids, man. You got to guard them. You damn near got to homeschool your kids. So in other words, you ain't got time to be worrying about what nobody think about you. When you got kids and grandkids and you got youngins, focus on that. That's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm focused on. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. So that's it for now. I'm done. But this message was for somebody. The message was for me too. Because guess what? I also listen to my own messages. It keeps my mind alert and ready. It keeps me active. Because I do get active. It keeps me active. It keeps me sharp. That's what it does. All this, for all y'all don't understand, it's the making of an audio book. It is the making of an audio book. And y'all just right here to witness the making of an audio book. That's what this is. So this is season 2, episode 20 of The Walk Down. It's a wrap. I appreciate y'all for joining me. I appreciate everybody for coming and tapping in. I ain't reading no comments today. I'm not doing it. So I appreciate y'all for joining me. This is a message. So in other words, this live was for less comments and the listeners. See, I don't worry about if you. I like the Bush babies. I like people bushes just listening. That's why one of the best investments you can make is in premium. Why, Stock Sniper? Because you can listen. You can listen and learn something. All that typing, I don't want you typing. I want you listening. I want you listening. I want you comprehending. And if it don't apply, share the video. You can help somebody. Over here, we help people. I help people and they help me. This is the education channel. All you gotta do is put the work in. That's it. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. 704 Wall Street is my block. 704 Wall Street is my block. Yeah, that's my block. I don't worry about nobody else's block. I don't worry about what's going on over there on Scott Street. I don't worry about what's going on MLK. I don't worry about what's going on Cullen. I don't worry about what's going on UPonn. I don't worry about what's going on Kirby. I don't worry about what's going on airports. I don't worry about what's going on in the CUNY Home projects. Why? Because 704 Wall Street is my block. Earn, spend less, and invest. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.